Okay, U.S. advance to Japan's homeland. The Manhattan Project. President Roosevelt approved the top secret building of America's own atomic bombs in 1942. It was called the Manhattan Project. The bomb was the U.S. spent millions to construct it and made two designs. They were called Fat Man and Little Boy. J. Robert Oppenheimer, American physicist. On April 12, 1945, Franklin Delano Roosevelt died suddenly and Harry S. Truman became president. Truman had two choices: risk up to 1 million American lives by trying to invade the island of Japan, or drop the atomic bomb on Japan in order to force them to surrender. Truman decided to use the atomic bomb on Japan in order to force Japan to surrender. So in your notes, FDR died in April. Truman was convinced that the bomb would save U.S. lives. There was no need for an invasion of the Japanese home islands, which might cause 500,000 American casualties. So Operation Downfall would involve two invasions, the invasions of Kyushu and the invasion of Tokyo. Operation Coronet would have required a massive invasion force, over 3 times the size of D-Day, that would include 1 million personnel, 4 million ships, 42 aircraft carriers and 24 battleships, and 7,000 aircraft. Nuclear war. President Truman warned Japan of impending destruction at the Potsdam Conference, but Japan refused to surrender and continued kamikaze attacks. We call upon the government of Japan to proclaim now the unconditional surrender of all Japanese armed forces. The alternative for Japan is prompt and utter destruction. Potsdam Declaration, July 26, 1945. In July of 1945, the Allies met in the Berlin suburb of Potsdam. The meeting was only 5 months after the Yalta Conference, but in the meantime, Germany surrendered, FDR died, Hitler committed suicide, Churchill's party lost an election, the USA built the A-bomb. The new big three. The Potsdam Conference, the Allied agreements at Potsdam, Allied occupation zones of Germany, Nazi war trials, the formation of Poland to the west, Germany will lose land, the removal of German citizens from Eastern Europe, war reparations for the USSR, Stalin agreed to declare war against Japan, invade, Truman urged Japan to surrender. August 6, 1945, the B-29 bomber Enola Gay destroyed Hiroshima with an A-bomb. Little Boy. 85,000 died instantly, thousands more died from burns and radiation. Paul Tibbets was the pilot of that plane. So here are some pictures of the devastation of the bomb. Some people disintegrated in thin air. There were also repercussions much after this that caused cancer because there was like radiation in the air. If they, Japanese, do not now accept our terms of surrender, then they can expect a reign of ruin, the like of which has not been seen on this earth. Harry Truman. The USSR declared war on Japan on August 8th and began to invade Manchuria and Korea. Leaflets were dropped over Japanese cities warning citizens of a second bomb. They tried to encourage the emperor and military to surrender. Hoping to end the war quickly, on August 9, 1945, the U.S. destroyed Nagasaki with an A-bomb, Fat Man. Less destruction than Hiroshima due to Nagasaki's mountainous terrain. Nuclear detonation. The Pacific War after Hiroshima. The Soviet Union declared war on Japan on August 8th and promptly invaded Manchuria. By the summer of 1945, Japan had lost virtually its entire empire. We just had parts of Southeast Asia, China, and some islands. The end. Japan's Emperor Hirohito urged government officials to end the war, and they surrendered on August 14th. We have endured the unendurable, and we have suffered the insufferable, but now I must protect the species of the Japanese nation. The official ceremony held on the U.S. battleship Missouri in Tokyo Bay, September 2nd, 1945, became VJ Day, Victory over Japan Day. Japan surrenders, September 2nd, 1945. Although the U.S. had demanded unconditional surrender, Emperor Hirohito was allowed to remain if he cooperated with the U.S. occupation and trial of Japanese war leaders. So this is Japan surrendering to General MacArthur. The war is over, and a very famous picture. Okay, let's go over some questions. Number one, the U.S. strategy for fighting Japan in the Pacific was known as A, guerrilla warfare, B, total war, C, scorched earth, or D, island hopping. Number two, what was the Manhattan Project? A, finding a way to end the Great Depression, B, fixing the stock market, C, strategizing how to prevent another attack like Pearl Harbor, or D, creation of the world's first atomic bomb. Number three, what did the U.S. do to finally defeat Japan? A, dropped the atomic bomb on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. B, invaded Japanese island and captured Tokyo. C, placed an embargo on Japan, cutting off their supplies. Or D, assassinated their leader, Emperor Hirohito. Number four, the Pacific victory that ended the Japanese threat to Hawaii and encouraged additional victories island by island was the Battle of A, Guam, B, Iwo Jima, C, Midway, or D, the Philippines. Number five, President Truman's main decision to drop the atomic bomb on Japan was influenced by all of the following reasons except B, A, Lend-Lease effect, B, fear that an invasion of Japan would mean death for thousands of American soldiers, C, refusal of Japan to surrender in spite of their losses, D, thousands of American lives already lost in the war. Number six, this group provided secret codes for American forces in the Pacific. A, Nisei, B, Tuskegee Airmen, C, Navajo Code Talkers, or D, Rosie the Riveter. Number seven, the term island hopping describes A, American strategy employed in the Pacific War to attack strategically important but less defended islands in the drive to the main islands of Japan. B, the code name for the research and development of the atomic bomb. C, the D-Day invasion, or D, the best way to choose a Caribbean vacation. Number eight, where did the United States drop the atomic bomb? A, Hiroshima and Nagasaki, B, Hiroshima and Okinawa, C, Okinawa and Iwo Jima, D, Iwo Jima and Guadalcanal. Number nine, Truman's aim in deciding to drop the A-bomb was to A, find out how destructive the bomb really was, B, teach Japanese military leaders a lesson, C, end the war and save American lives, or D, show how powerful the United States was. Number 10, kamikaze pilots were used by A, England, B, Germany, C, America, or D, Japan. Number 11, These soldiers were raising a flag at A, the Battle of the Korean War, B, the battle in World War I, C, the Battle of Iwo Jima, or D, the battle in the Vietnam War. Number 12. The use of the atomic bomb, A, saved many Japanese lives, B, prevented Japan from invading the United States, C, helped force Japan to surrender, or D, made an invasion of Japan necessary. And 13. What is the significance of the two cities shown on the map? A, major battles were fought in these cities and many lives were lost. B, American troops were largely outnumbered and retreated. C, atomic bombs were dropped on these cities, which eventually led to VJ Day. D, Germany took over both of these cities after the Battle of the Bulge. All right, everyone, please submit these questions back to me, and I will see you soon.